everyone, good morning. Welcome back to the class. In the previous class, we started with the fifth chapter, which is nothing but the acids, bases, and the salts, which is a very interesting concept because we are using the acids and bases in our day-to-day life without knowing the presence of those. So, in generally, they are the components present in almost all the food materials. Okay, so how these are present in that one and how much percent, how we can test those materials, all we are going to study in this class. So in the previous class I told you about the what are acids, what are bases, right? So what are the acids? The acids are nothing but the presence of a sour material, means the acids will taste the sour in taste and bases are bitter in taste. By testing those, we can say that there is a presence of acids and bases in the materials. And in the previous class I also told you about the indicators. So what are these indicators? The indicators are they are the substances which are helpful to test the presence of acid and bases in the material. So what are the examples of acids and bases? The examples of acids are means the examples of acids present in food materials are lemon juice, orange juice, tamarind, curd, vinegar. These are all the sour in taste which will test the presence of acids in them. And what are the materials which will test the bitter in taste or which are called the bases? They are nothing but the what? Lime water, soaps, milk magnesia. These are the examples of bases. They will taste the bitter in taste. So that all we studied in the previous class. So I have started with the natural indicators. What are these natural indicators? These are the substances which are easily available in the nature. Okay, what is the example for natural indicator? Litmus. Litmus is a naturally available indicator which is derived from the lichens, which is a plant or a small organisms which are having a symbiotic mode of a nutrition. In the nutrition in the plants, in the first lesson I told about the symbiotic mode of a nutrition. The example for that is a lichens, which is a symbiotic mode of nutrition of algae and fungus. So these lichens are almost in a green or a blue in color. For our convenience, the lichens which are derived from, which are used to make the litmus are almost purple in color or mauve in color. This litmus is derived from the, which plant? Lichens, which is the symbiotic mode of a what? Fungus and algae. Okay, check it. So these are the food materials from where the litmus is used. Okay, where litmus is occurred, and this is the naturally occurring indicator which will help to test the presence of acid and base in the material. So these litmus are when when mixed with the distilled water, it will be a purple in color. Okay, when we are when we are using it for testing the presence of acidic material, it will turns the solution into a red color. Okay, this litmus will turn the solution into a red color. It will shows the presence of acidity, and which the litmus which will not turn the which turns it into a blue color, it will shows the presence of basicity. So this litmus is we used it as a litmus paper. Okay, that will help you to test the presence as a acidity and a basicity. If there is a presence of acidity, then it will turns the solution into a red color. If it turns the solution into a blue color, then it will shows the basicity. On the basis of these only we are going to differentiate them into acidity, basicity, and as well as into neutrality. Neutrality is the word or the condition which lies between acidity as well as basicity. If it does not turn into a red color or not into a blue color, it will remain in the same condition. Then we call it as a neutrality condition. Okay, this also can be derived from the litmus paper only. So these litmus is sometimes used as a litmus solution, and in sometimes we use it as strips of papers, that we call it as a litmus paper, which will help to test the presence of acidity and basicity. So perform some activities so that you can conclude the whether the solution is a acidic one or a basic one. Okay, first consider the distilled water. For doing any activity, you should use the distilled water. Why? Because this distilled water does not contain any ions. Means in our tap water or in our day-to-day life, we are using somewhat mixed chemicals with the water to purify the water. So, but in this distilled water, there is no any such types of chemicals are used. So, for this purpose only, you should use the distilled water. So, the best known common example for a distilled water is a rainwater. Okay. So, there is no any presence of chemicals in it. We are used it as a distilled water. Okay. Perform the activity. Take some distilled water and add those distilled water to a lemon juice. So what happens? There is a mixture of the lemon juice solution. Then add a litmus solution to this solution. What happens? Or you can take the litmus papers also. Okay, for your convenience, you should take the litmus paper only. Okay, when water is added with the lemon juice, it will make a solution and pour it into a litmus paper. What happens to the litmus paper? Does it changes to any color? Here we are using put a small drop of this solution on a litmus paper with the help of a dropper. Okay, so here we are using the two litmus papers. One is a red litmus paper, another one is a blue litmus paper. When we are chuck the solution into both the strips or both the papers, what happens? Does there any changes in the litmus papers? If the red litmus paper changes color into a blue, there is the presence of a base. If the blue litmus paper changes to a red, then it shows the presence of a acid material. So as we all know, the lemon juice is acidic in nature. Hence it turns a litmus paper, blue litmus into a red litmus paper. So when particularly we are testing this solution, lemon juice solution, into a litmus paper on both the litmus papers, one with the red and another one with the blue. When there is a change in color with those litmus paper, then it will show the presence of the acidity and the basicity. So this lemon juice turns a blue litmus paper into a red, but it does not changes the red litmus paper into any solution. It remains the same. But this turns a blue litmus paper into a red litmus. So this shows that the presence of acidity in a lemon juice. Okay, you clear that? So perform these activity with some of the more substances like milk magnesia and solution of vinegar and solution of soaps, shampoos, and okay. Perform these activities and you will conclude that there is a presence of acidity and basicity in a material. So here are some examples given in your textbook, and perform the following activity as like a lemon juice. Okay. So firstly they have given the lemon juice which is mixed with the distilled water and which shows the presence of acidity. As similarly do with the vinegar. In your textbook they have given you the brief explanation like take a vinegar solution and mix with the distilled water and make the solution and test with the litmus papers for both the red and the blue litmus papers. Okay, in the textbook they have given you so many brief explanation, but you have to write that as making a column. Okay, so in the textbook they have given you the substance and effect of a red litmus paper, effect of a blue litmus paper, and presence of the acid or a base material. So you have to do the like that only. Okay, for your convenience I am explaining, you have to write it in a columns only. Okay, so when vinegar solution mixed with distilled water, and when you test this with both the litmus paper, it will shows the change the litmus paper of a blue color to a red color. Okay, here what happens, there is a change in color from blue to red one. This shows the presence of acidity in the vinegar solution. And same as the aerated drinks. So what are these aerated drinks? They are nothing but the common juices like orange juice, mango juice. They are called as a aerated juice, which will shows the presence of acidity in them. Okay, we will test this by doing the litmus paper activity. Okay, here blue litmus turns it into a red litmus, and there is no change in the red litmus paper. Okay, so the next one is a washing soda, then soap solution, shampoo solution, and a milk of a magnesia. As we all know, these are the basic materials, means there is a presence of a basicity in those materials. So what happens when these mix with the water and test this with both the litmus papers, then there is a change of color in a red litmus paper into a blue litmus paper. Okay, there is no change in the blue litmus, it remains same. So this shows that there is a presence of a base in these materials. Okay, color change is red to blue, not blue to red. If the basic is present, then there is a change in red litmus to a blue litmus. Okay, so the next one is they given the common salt and a sugar solution. So this sugar solution is neither an acidic one nor a basic one. Neither acidic as nor a basic, but it is a sweet in taste. It is an interesting one. What happens to this sugar solution and a salt solution? Then there is a neutral condition will occur. There is no change color in the either to a red litmus or to a blue litmus. It remains same for both the litmus. Then we say that they are neutral in conditions. Okay, they are neither be acidic one nor be a basic one. They are neutrals. From these, okay, from this we can conclude that the substances have the certain materials, they are nothing but the acidic one and a basic in them. Okay, by using the litmus papers, red litmus paper and blue litmus papers. If you have any doubts regarding this litmus papers and a color change in the solution, you can free to ask the question at any time. Thank you for watching the video and keep watching it. I will update the classes very soon. Thank you again.